So hello and welcome back to Gumardi's Coins and Banknotes, and in today's video we're talking about the coins of Belize. So in front of me I have all the coins that are currently in circulation in Belize, and the Belize, or you can see on this coin, British Honduras. This is a 1 cent coin. They first issued coins in 1885 in the 1 cent, and then they issued the 5, 10, 25 and 50 cent in 1894 as a silver coin. And they, because it's in Central America and they had a lot of trade with the United States, before this they issued the UK coinage, but because of the reliance on trade with the USA, they decided to go with US coinage. Now the only difference at the time was a 5 cent, so this is a larger 5 cent coin. The original one was a 16mm silver coin, and that was issued in 1894, and then in 1907 they issued a 20mm 5 cent coin, which is more in line with the copper nickel coins from the United States. So basically all these coins, or most of these coins, are quite similar to coins in the United States. Obviously the 1 cent coin is an exception. You can see it's scallop shaped. So here we have a dime from the United States, and the 10 cent coin is actually slightly smaller than the dime. The quarter is similar in size, but the coins from Belize, the 25 cents, just slightly smaller. So these were probably made up of a different metal content. United States was 90%, but the silver content of these coins when they were first issued is 92.5, which is sterling. So that would be the reason why the Belize coins are quite smaller, because they have more silver content. That's basically it. Okay, now the 50 cent coin is, this is the smaller version. Initially they did have a larger silver version issued between 1894 and 1919, which was 30.5mm, so a little bit smaller than the United States 50 cents, but the silver content was the same. This is the 27.8mm copper nickel coin, first issued in 1954. And on these coins we have the colonial effigy that was first issued in 1954, and that's a Cecil Thomas effigy, and Belize still uses this effigy. So it's the only country that doesn't change the effigy of the reigning monarch when other countries do, like Australia, United States, Canada. So you say 2003, 25 cent. And the only coin that has a different effigy, so is the $1. And this one has some pirate ships on it. Yeah, you might say, yeah, no, they're actually official ships. Well, the ships from Spain, Portugal, United Kingdom, yeah, naval ships, they're all just pirate ships at the time period. They just went around pillaging a lot of different places. And this is a, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-sided coin, decahedron or whatever they call it. And as you can see, it's milled, and it has just a portrait of Queen Elizabeth. So out of Belize coins, that's probably the only one that's really worth getting because it has a different design. All the others are actually pretty much just a standard boring type of design with the denomination and the Queen's effigy. So here we have the larger coins. So these are 25.5mm, and they're made out of bronze, and they were issued up until 1956 when they issued the scallop shaped coin that you see here, 1964. So the only interesting thing about Belize coins, the design's quite boring, is the mintage figures. So 1914 we have a mintage of 175,000, And between 1914 and 1936, that was the highest valued mintage that Numista has. The lowest is 40,000 for 1936 and 1918. So, because of the low mintage figures, these coins are actually quite expensive. You're probably paying at least $40 to $50 for each of these coins. 1942, you said 50,000. So this is more expensive than the 1914, harder to get. 1947, 100,000. So my piece de la resistance is the 1947 coin with 50,000. These are pretty hard to get. And if I was to let this go, I would put a value of about between $50 and $100 on that coin. But that's just me. If I don't sell it for that much, I keep it. Okay, so British Honduras was used as the name of the country to 1973 when they changed it. And with the 1 cent coins, in 1956 they changed it from the small to the smaller bronze coin. And then in 1976 they changed it from bronze to aluminium. So even in 1976 this didn't have any value based on the mintage of the metal. Okay, 1964, 300,000, 65, 400,000. And currently, the population of Belize is 400,000. So, obviously, in the 60s, probably would have been 100,000 or less. And we have 1982, but Belize stopped issuing mintage figures in 1980. So, we don't have any mintage figures on this. The only thing you can do is go to Numista. They have a frequency of people having it in their collection. And this coin is 9% of all people who own this coin have this date. And this one is only 3%. So obviously, this is more common than that coin for people to have in their collection. And if we turn that over, as you can see, that you have Cecil Thomas effigy, which is pretty common. And if you go to Belize, this is the only effigy you're going to get on most of the actual coinage. Now the 1 cent coins, aluminium coins, you could probably pick up for $1 or $2. Bronze coins, probably about $5. All of these 5 cent coins are probably, I would say, a minimum of $5. So for 1950, we have 225,000. This coin's probably about $10 in that condition. I would say very fine. We have a 1970 and a 1976 coin. And as you can see, they've changed the name from British Honduras to Belize, but the rest of the coins are the same. So 1970, mintage of 240,000. Yeah, probably $5 to $10 for that coin. 1976. And they last minted the coin in nickel brass in 1979. But 1979 is probably not an easy coin to get. But 1976, 570,000. Shouldn't be too hard to actually purchase this coin for under $5. Okay, 1976. So this is the current coin in circulation. The last mintage of this one was in 2021. And the mintage figures for 1980, which is the last year they issued them, was 1 million. So really $1 or $2 for that coin. And this one is one of the few commemorative coins they did issue in Belize. It's the aluminium one. It's the FAO issue, World Food Day. It has a mintage of 1 million. So I don't see any reason why you can't actually get a low grade one of these in circulation. And this one seems to be rotated. Yeah, it's definitely rotated to about 11 degrees. So here we have the 10 and the 25 cent. So we have 1959 as a mintage of 100,000. So this one probably at least $5 to $10. Then we have the 1980. Obviously last year they issued mintage figures, but this one doesn't have a mintage figure. So obviously not all 1980 coins have a mintage figure. 1970, 25 cent. That one has a mintage, doesn't have a mintage figures as well. But the 1968 had 125,000. 1971 had 150,000. This seems to be in between based on who has it in their collection. So I'd say probably between 100 and 150,000. And then we have the 25 cent from 1980 and 2003. So 1980, once again, no mintage figures, but this is a high grade coin. Yeah, I'd say at least $5. 2003, no mintage figures as well, based on Numistar, 26% of people, so it should be quite common. And I'd probably say those two, probably $5 or less. You should be able to get these in your change from anywhere in Belize, probably Belmopan or Belize City. So Belmopan is actually the capital. Belize City is the largest city on the coast. So last two coins we have is the 50-cent coin. Seems to be quite common. First issued in this format with Belize in 1974. Last issued 2017. And the 1980 has no mintage figures, but 1979 it's a mintage 125,000. 1976 of 312,000 seems to be similar to size in people's collections. So I'd say this one is probably at least 200,000 to 300,000. Then we have the $1 coin. So that was first issued in 1990, last minted in 2022. And there's only one commemorative coin in 2012, which I don't have. None of these have mintage figures. And 2003 seems to be the more common year. 2018 seems to be a hard year to get. And 1992 seems to be the most hardest. And there's 2021, 22, but most of those are probably not being released into circulation. And all of these have been minted in the UK. So this is supposed to be the correct Santa Maria with two caravels, so different types of ships on the side. So Nina and Pitinta. Now I have no idea about these ships. I'm not really interested in searching them. I just like the fact that I have all the coins of the collection, even though they are quite a boring series. But the mintage figures make up for the fact that these are boring. So if you were to buy and sell these coins, I would probably focus more on the British Honduras coins because of the lower mintage figures. These seem to be quite popular with collectors, and if I wanted to resell these, I probably wouldn't have any problem selling them, probably for a lower value. If I wanted to get the price I wanted, probably take a bit more time. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. And let me know what you think about this country, Belize. Thank you and goodbye.